Yo, Big Kish back up in here. So Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion still got the internet in an uproar. They got the internet in shambles, y'all. But we got Joe Budden's and who else? Well, the Joe Budden podcast elaborating on the Tory Lanez and the Meg Thee Stallion situation. The Kelsey girl, Kelsey Harris girl. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all go pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. I would ask that you please go and support me. I appreciate it a whole lot. Yeah, y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
So we praying for Chris Brown, Torey. Let's get to Torey. Let's get all the news.
Let's see what he got.
Yeah. Let's get all the niggas ain't shit news out of the way. What's the name of that group? Unite something. Some group.
Sounds like a Mark question.
Mark don't know because he's Team Meg, so he ain't.
He's talking about the people that was in the press, the People United or something like that.
He ain't checking for nothing. So no group trying to help Torey get out. But anyway, some attorneys came forward and said that Kelsey's bodyguard during the trial overheard some things. And
Unite the people.
There you go. Unite the people. Thank you, Freeze. Unite the people came forward to say that Kelsey's bodyguard during the trial came forward to say that he couldn't sleep any longer knowing that an innocent man was in jail and that he overheard conversations of Kelsey claiming that she was the person to fire that weapon and shoot, yada, 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 yada. That's what we got.
Doesn't that qualify as hearsay? And why is he just talking about it now? Like, I'm just so confused.
He didn't want to protect her anymore, he said.
I'm over it. I'm sorry.
That's ridiculous.
And
Hey, look, I feel you, bro. But hey, look, we got a job to cover this media, man. He's like, look, I'm over it. I wasn't there. Trust me. We got a much big of a problem. We got way bigger fish to fry, but we got a job as well.
all right, so again, he was not charged with shooting her.
But he was charged with assault with a semi-automatic firearm, discharging a firearm.
He's basically charged with shooting.
Negligence. So what I'm saying is that, Freeze, if his fingerprints was not on the firearm, then that means that these charges should be dropped or shouldn't be filed in the first place. If his fingerprint was not on the firearm, that means that he didn't assault with a semi-automatic firearm and he didn't discharge a firearm with gross negligence.
Yeah, everything that flips.
Hey, have y'all heard anything about the gun being pink? I'm hearing in the I seen on the comment section, then I heard on the video that the gun was pink or something like that. I was like, wow, that's interesting right there.
Said also on the last day of the trial, his bodyguard was supposed to take the stand, but due to somebody saying prosecution saying they would need more time with him, which would delay things, Torey and them chose for the bodyguard to not hit the stand. I think that was a grave mistake, one. Also, all of this coincides with the reporting from the neighbor that was not allowed, which said I saw two girls tussling. She fired off and a man came and yada, yada, yada. So I don't think that this helps Torey, but it's funny how when it's the man that's the victim and trying to protect a black woman, nobody gives a fuck if he goes to jail for 10 years and is railroaded. But I learned that 3-4 years ago, post-pandemic about y'all, so I don't even talk about it no more. But a lot of people with a brain thought that it was...
Yeah, that 10 years is crazy when we got people in like Chicago getting unalived and getting off scot-free. I'm always mentioning in my video just to hold up a mirror to our people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else brought a crazy point up how Nicki Minaj was talking about the sister Meg, right? And Nicki Minaj is with the petty guy, her husband, and he was charged on some crazy stuff, right? We know what he was charged with. But the guy who did this to Tory Lanez, who poked him up, go look at his charges. And our people sent him money. That doesn't make any sense, but it goes to show you the mindset of our people, which we have to dive deep into. Avoiding the manufactured mindset. Why is the mindset like that? Because other nations of people don't donate their money to us. That goes to show that there is a hatred. I'm not taking away from the Torey and Megan situation. That happened the way it happened. That's not cool. The sister wasn't supposed to suffer those atrocities. That is not cool. But what I'm saying is that for Torey to get this amount of hate, and we have babies out here being unalived and nobody's donating to their mothers. What about their mothers? You know, that's where I'm coming from. Just to elaborate on where I'm coming from. There's something going on in the mindset of a lot of people. Let's get it, y'all.
It was more likely that two chicks found out they was fucking the same nigga and one of them shot the other one versus two chicks found out they were fucking with the same dude and the dude shot one of them in the foot. Do with that what you will. He's away. I don't think he's coming home. Yeah, that's what I got for you there.
Yeah, I think they he's locked back up. He's out of the hospital. He's breathing and all of that stuff. So what they was trying to do is get him out before another hit or attack or whatever get put out on him again. You know what I'm saying? But I think they might keep him in there. I think they're going to keep him in there. He's going to have to serve that whole 10 or do 80% of his time or however much time. Probably might have to do the whole 10 being though that he want to be a gangster. Torey want to be this gangster guy so bad. I don't know.
This is what I say. To the first point, I agree. He wasn't charged with assault with a deadly weapon, but he was charged and convicted of possession of a weapon, discharging a weapon, and assault with the weapon.
But that wasn't his weapon, and some people know that.
Yeah,
and it don't have to be his weapon.
And this was I was saying, yeah, and it don't matter if he did it, he did it. That don't matter if it was his weapon or not. If he was the trigger man, that's wrong. You're not supposed to be out here popping our sisters. You're not supposed to do that. But yeah, that's what I was going back to the pink gun thing. They're saying this is something new that I'm hearing.
Charges. You know that.
Say that again?
It didn't have to be his weapon to catch those charges.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was his weapon.
Okay, but I'm railroaded if whoever's weapon it was has immunity.
And I don't have my tinfoil hat on right now. I'm just speaking like surface level stuff. I ain't going real deep right now. Probably in the next couple videos, I will be diving deep into, you know what I'm saying?
That's a different point.
I'm railroaded if that happens. We just always ignore the railroad. Not saying that means not guilty. I'm just talking about a railroad. A railroad means I should get a retry.
On what basis? I'm just trying to follow.
Well, Torey was arguing that his representation was incompetent.
Oh, that's a different issue. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I support due process. I want him to get as many
Torey's
trials.
going to find. Well, it's his job now, right, to find as many reasons to try to get a new trial as possible.
Yeah. I find here's what I have found that the people who defend Tory Lanez have passionately misrepresented what happened in that courtroom and what the evidence was. And for me, when I hear more information, I always have to double and triple check it, not because I have an investment in who goes to jail or not, but because I've just not found it to be credible. In the case of this person who overheard somebody saying that they did something, I can't say he's lying or not. It's hard for me to believe, though, that this person is just coming forward now, and it's hard for me to believe that Tory Lanez never explicitly said on trial, Kelsey shot the weapon.
He fucked himself.
And it's hard for me to...
Actually, he said the opposite.
It's hard for me...
She did not.
Right. So now, so for this new person to be telling the truth, it means that Tory had to have lied about who the real shooter was.
Which he could say, I was under the instructions from my counsel, which was poor counsel.
Right. Or sometimes things are what they look like. And so it's hard for me to believe that he sat there on trial knowing he was looking at 10 years, knowing who the shooter was, seeing the shooter, being there with the shooter, and not only didn't identify the shooter, but said the opposite, said that wasn't the shooter. That seems implausible to me. The outside person notwithstanding. I'm not one of those people that only wants...
Now, in this argument right here, I'm going to let it play, y'all. In this argument right here, are they going to bring up that enhanced audio. Y'all remember the enhanced audio that Deleted had brought out, where if you listen close enough, it sound like a guy saying dance B-I-T-C-H, dance B-I-T-C-H. You have to listen close. We taking all accounts of what's going on, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see what they bring up though.
So listen, I've been fighting for Mumia Abu-Jamal's liberation since 1980, and people have come forward and said I was the shooter, I saw the shooter, and I've heard people reject our claims because they say, why would somebody come later? I'm not that person that says just because it ain't my person, I won't listen to them. That's not my point.
I've been fighting for 35 years for justice for Roddy Piper, nigga.
Not going to happen. As long as he wears that skirt, it ain't happening.
God, rest in peace.
No, I'm talking shit right now, of course. But
you
I understand what Mark is saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm not like fuck that guy because I'm Team Meg. It's not that. It just doesn't. It doesn't fit to me logically. It doesn't fit with what I think would happen.
I disagree with that, but I do agree he didn't do himself favors. Why he didn't do himself favors?
Even prior to the trial, he didn't do himself favors. He just
Yeah,
he
like-
made a
like
lot
the-
of
the first phone
steps,
call,
bro.
I
get that first phone call.
It's a lot of
I get
incriminating
that
shit.
first phone call.
Gunpowder on his
Everybody,
hands.
slow down.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm about to say, I have not seen one person ever go to jail for 10 years for shooting aground in their grades in someone. I felt the sentence was longer than the crime.
Who's the woman that shot up in the?
Marissa Alexander. She actually ended up hitting somebody though. But
talking about Shine?
yeah.
What's that?
Are you talking about Shine? I didn't hear who you were
No,
talking about.
the woman.
Marissa
who-
Alexander, the woman who shot
woman.
the warning shot in the ceiling, and there's a whole thing.
She's about, I would just say I don't think the crime. So I think my point is this: I don't think Torey thought they're gonna give me 10 years for a cut on the foot. I really don't think he thought that. I thought it was the same thing.
That's my thing. Like that 10 years is a long time, y'all. And the reason why I'm coming at it like this is because I'm comparing it with people out there that's telling you that they unalive people on albums. Yeah, I did it. I did this. Me and so did it, and they getting off scot-free. This what leads me to believe something like other things. Like, damn, it's a long as time.
Thing like, yo, we had some friends, shit went bad, we celebrities, so we know better now because shit blew up, and now it's like, nigga, I'm doing 10 years.
And I like both these girls. I like both the girls. Not me. I'm saying him. I have relationships with both of these women. I don't want to see if there's a way for all of us to get out of this scot-free, then I'd rather that option. I just think that they turned on him faster than he realized, and he never caught up. But do I believe that Tory Lanez shot Meg? I've said this a million times already, so y'all don't need me to say it again.
I'm confident that he did. I'm not a big prison person, as y'all knows. I don't know if 10 years is the right sentence. I would say
That's
it
what I was
isn't.
asking.
I would say it isn't.
Like 3 years feels like fair.
I've been saying that for a long time, bro. I done seen people get off. Just back in my day when I was young, I seen people get off with some stuff. You know what I'm saying? 10 years and then and I'm not taking up for either party. I'm just saying what I see. What I see at all this one time, I'm seeing, because I'm a black man. I don't know if y'all know that or not. I'm a black man as well. And I'm seeing a lot of me being crucified in the public eye. That's what I see that. That's what I see. You know what I mean? So, and I don't expect for nobody that's opposite of me to sympathize. Women, men, women, other nations of men, other nations of women. I don't expect that because this has been going on throughout history. Throughout history.
See, I think there's a lot of ways to resolve this. I don't know if put him in a cage for 10 years.
But why do you think it's more plausible that Tory did it versus Kelsey?
Based on the witnesses, based on the fact that he said
the
Kelsey,
witnesses that they allowed.
I'm talking about him. He said Kelsey didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But are you talking about the witnesses that they allowed, including himself?
Yes, I'm talking about
or
everybody.
Are you talking about what everybody's initial plan was, which was, hey, let's find the neighbor, let's let that person testify, and let's let the only other person that was there, the bodyguard, testify? You're not looking at that.
I'm looking
because they didn't hit the stand.
I'm looking at all the evidence we've had access to, and I'm saying,
what did your Philadelphia brain tell you?
My
I don't do well when we start talking in court TV.
Right, take all the legal shit off the table.
Yeah.
My gut, just on some hood shit, is I think he shot the gun. I think he was drunk. I think he did some wild shit. I suspect Meg and Kelsey had some other shit going on. I know they got into some kind of physical argument. there could be more messiness. Put it like this. I think there's more messiness to this case than the court proceedings would suggest.
It's real messy. I think it's mad. I think it's very messy. I think he hitting on something. I think it's real messy. And I don't think none of them just 100% just innocent. Oh, they did this to me. Oh, nah, I think everybody was involved. I think Megan was giving somebody some hands, bro. Now, he just said just the street ninja me and just take all the court stuff out of it. I think Megan was giving somebody some hands. I think Megan was bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
But at the end of the day, I feel very confident that he shot that gun.
Yeah, but that didn't answer my question.
You from outside, and you know
like that.
a lot of things.
He had gunpowder on his hands.
He could have been fighting to get the gun from her and got the gunpowder on his hands.
I don't know.
She could have got out, shot that gun. Oh shit! Give me! What are you doing? Give me!
Nothing. No one got.
Like
I don't think he was gunpowder. Nothing about him says he would let
non-conclusive.
that happen and then say she ain't doing it on the stand.
If I'm trying to protect everybody,
I don't see it.
See, and
Because I don't think
that's where it's
because
I
don't
find the
think it's
niggas
gonna
fold
get
under
bad
that kind
for
of
me.
pressure and they don't actually.
No,
they're
but
not
that's
that
because
solid.
they know like if you got bad representation and they're telling you, yo, we can beat this, boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. She's gonna make it out. And then I'll be fine.
I don't care
All right, bet.
if your lawyer's Ernest J. Fry. I don't care who you got the worst lawyer ever. You are not going to tell your client. We have exculpatory. We have the shooter. You saw the shooter. We know the shooter. Say not only don't snitch, but also say that wasn't the shooter. Even the worst lawyer in the world ain't doing that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's false. That's not true. His attorney could have very well been saying to him, like many people were saying publicly at the time, I think we got this covered. I don't think we even need the testimony of your bodyguard. I think with some of the findings of the gun residue and all that shit.
Because Joe, you remember
that would explain why he doesn't snitch on her. That doesn't explain why he would deny that he would actually effectively perjure himself to put himself in the crime, not out of the crime.
Well, because the story that he
put that shit on an Instagram comment. He perjured himself. He just literally was replying to somebody. Again, I'm trying to keep this shit clean and keep it off everybody. Yo, that was not true. No, she did not. She didn't do that.
Can I tell you, Mark?
Not realizing what the implication.
So it sounded like after it happened, everybody was trying to take up for each other. They was just trying to keep it out of it. You know what I'm saying? But when you sign to record labels and all of that stuff, they ain't gonna let you be on those street stuff. You they property. If Meg got something on her foot, right? You belong to them. They want to know, okay, what happened to your foot? Because this is going to disrupt the entertainment part of you. You got to be on stage. You messing up money, Ninja. So, yes, we going to see what's going on, and we going to see what we could do to get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? However it went, right? So, and them, this is what I'm hearing, that they was trying to take up for each other, trying to keep it under the wraps. But they're in the eye. They're in the public eye, so you can't really hide anything like that.
Of that was going to be.
That's an interesting point.
I think a mistake. I think a gunner. I think regardless of what happened, I think a gunner went off. No one really got hurt. Everybody's going to be fine. And then the other emotional things occurred, and that's what really drove him to go to jail. I think that if they was all still friends and it was a mistake, it would have been like, no, we don't know what happened. And to me, that was my only problem. Like you wanted to go at the ground, you wanted to put him in, even though, mind you, maybe an inch over, somebody would have been dead, but it wasn't. So at that moment, it should have been like, well, it was a bad mistake. Let it go. Sentence probation, but 10 years?
I think 10 years is way too much.
I think on his side, they thought they were coming up with a story where everybody would be okay.
Yeah.
And
reasonable doubt.
It didn't. Yeah.
All we got to do is prove reasonable doubt.
That we don't know what happened. So we can't
even her getting the immunity would be part of the reasonable doubt.
Exactly.
And what I think happened was
why she needed immunity. That should tell y'all something right there.
That's when I would have folded on her.
It's true. And
the second she got immunity, I would have folded on her.
Yep.
Unless she didn't do it. Then you can't fold.
If she didn't do it, I'd still fold on her.
Oh, you said,
the fuck are you talking about? I'm trying to save my ass here. The only other person that could have did it. So you crazy?
Hey, look. Hey, Joe don't care about nothing about being gangster, being street, being hood, and I don't snitch or nothing. He's letting you know, boy. I'm telling you.
Keep it real, as they say.
Yes, I'm saying. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
What would happen to his reputation if he would have basically snitched at a girl.
Exactly.
Like he might not have a career. It's like it's a trick bag no matter what for him.
I know, and that's where let me cue up the ledge.
Uh-oh.
Let me cue up the ledge because Ray said it, but I'm gonna say it again. I don't want to trigger nobody.
Uh-oh. They got to be playing some music or something, y'all.
Nope.
He's not wrong.
Say more.
When it comes to protecting women, risk then reward when it comes to.
He's saying some triggering stuff. It's like really, I don't, man. Black men, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't even care how much you try to protect women. I'm telling you, they gonna get your ass. I don't care. I don't care how much, bro. You damned if you do, damned if you don't, bro. This is what it is, bro. We look, man. Most of us got Christ's blood in us, man. You gonna get crucified, bro. And people still haven't connected this history of why black men suffer the way they do. It's because we got that blood in us, bro. We got that blood. It's some elites know that who blood we walking around here with. Yeah, we have to really we gotta suffer some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It brings us closer to the Father. When we suffer, it brings us closer to the Father. It brings us closer to doing right. Because when we're seeking refuge, we seek what we usually do, what we typically do, we seek to people that can't save us. So God is like, all right, I gotta keep punishing you until you come to me. Start meditating, start praying, start fasting, because ain't nobody gonna save y'all. That's how the Father is telling us. We're his children. You keep seeking everybody else. I'm telling you, it's only me. God is like, I'm the only one that can save you, Ninja. You running to him, you running to them, you trying to do this, you trying to do that. No, it's me. I'm the only one. So that's the overall answer. That's the overall life, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole conclusion of the matter. You know what I mean? Whether you ignorant of the fact or not. I rarely speak on it, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Why we go through what we go through. But I'm going to bring it down a notch to my surface level mind thinking. Hey, you know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. But yeah, he's trying to center himself right now because he don't want to ruffle any feathers. This is a job for Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? This is a job for everybody, you know, do reactions and all of that. And you gotta censor yourself. Check it out.
There's more risk than reward when it comes to protecting women from men.
More risk than
Say more words.
He said there's more risk than rewards when protecting women. That's our job. We supposed to protect our women. That we supposed to do that. We are the men of our nation. Every nation of people got their armies of men, right? Don't nobody stop them from trying to be men. Why are we the only one that's trying to be? Why are we the only ones that stop from protecting our people? Or you know, why are we the only ones that? Let's go back to what I was just talking about. Because we gotta go through some things until we come back to the Father. We gotta do everything through the Father. We want to do it on our own. And we can't even formulate no army as blacks or, you know, God's chosen because we hate each other. God said you're not supposed to have no hatred in your heart towards your brother. That's why we can't come together. How could two come together except they be agreed? We can't come with each other. We hating each other. So God is always chastising his chosen people because those are his children. You ain't gonna chastise nobody that ain't your child. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get it.
He's not wrong.
Nope, I will not. You will not shaft me. But there's more risk than reward when it comes to that. Presuming that his story is true. Hey, I popped two of them. One of them tried to kill the other one. I stopped her, grabbed it, knocked her hand down. Meg was turned around. We all was pissy drunk, leaving the pool party. For him to get jammed up like that,
shit. And why? And I don't. There might be more risk and reward. I think doing the right thing always comes with more risk and reward. That's why more people don't do it, right? So
yeah,
I might not disagree with you on that point, but why would if that story is true, right? She's mad at the girlfriend for fucking homeboy. They scrapping. They doing whoop de whoop. Why would it be important to her to frame him and she shot her? In this hypothetical, why would she be trying so hard to let her off the hook?
Well, I don't want to say she, right, because the stories say that it's greater than Meg, and none of this is her plan. Mm-hmm. The story puts this in other hands that I won't say.
So
it's not.
Put y'all tinfoil hats on. He about to go into the tinfoil stuff. If you not no conspiracy, you ain't on that. This part ain't for you. I think. It sounds like he about to go into some conspiracy, and you know what we like to talk about over here. We like to talk about it. Hey, look, this was out of Meg's head. If it was in Meg's hands, she would have been like, nah, they ain't do it. She would have been on some hood shit. Like I said earlier, it's people above her. She's owned by people. She's signed up to contracts and all of that. So there's people that's above her. They're gonna be like, nah, hell no. We're gonna try our best to get him that 10. You know what I'm saying? Check it out.
Not about Meg. Meg is a helpless victim here. Meg has absolutely no control over story, her words, none of that.
Like Stockholm?
No.
No.
Shit. No.
Power dynamics. Power dynamics.
Okay.
If y'all know, y'all know. Don't go in the comments trying to explain to nobody else nothing. Don't go arguing in the comments to base level thinking people. This ain't for them. They ain't gonna get it.
That's a stretch to me, but I get the argument. I just don't buy it.
I'm not making it.
I'm
not qualified to make it.
Can I tell you what happened? I think everybody knew what happened. He got railroaded. Niggas was like, that's fucked up. But he seemed like he hold his head up. He seemed good. And then he got stabbed. And it was like, hold up. This nigga might have got killed. And then it's like,
see, now that's where I jump off the conspiracy theory bandwagon.
Thank you.
I do not believe that his stabbing is at all related to the new evidence that they were about to release.
But it came within 12 hours.
It can go the other way around.
I don't.
It can go the other way around.
You don't think so?
Let me ask you a question first before we have this further.
Okay.
What shape is that object on the table?
He said it happened within 12 hours. 12 hours. And then you got to understand this is a job for Joe Budden as well. He can't even mention Rock Nation or nothing like that. He can't even correlate the two. Jay-Z would shut his whole podcast down. Jay-Z would shut his whole podcast down. This is why he tiptoeing. This is why he tiptoeing around.
It's round.
Okay, just making sure. Because we go down the conspiracy theory train. I just got to know how far we go.
Bro, I'm not a conspiracy at all.
Tell me why you think that's the most plausible reason.
Well, it was just a timing thing. It's like Cassie been trying to get money from Puffy, won't pay. Dropped the lawsuit, pay in 24 hours. So to me, it was just like a timing. Like, Torey Lanez gets stabbed up in jail. Oh my God, he got stabbed 14 times, 7 punches, lung, critical condition. That shit tends to like get consciousness in people. Like, damn.
Or
you know what I mean? Like,
or he got stabbed.
Or
and
that's
the
true.
team said, let's try and get out. Let's try to get early release.
True.
Let's say that. Let's do all the shit you do when you got public sympathy for the first time.
True. By the way, that could be it either. But I do believe that
this is how the masses want you. This is how the elites want you to think. They don't want you to think beyond how they want you to think. They don't want you piecing things together. That's a no-no. This is why they label it conspiracy theorists. It's a conspiracy. It's not true. It ain't real. They don't want you piecing that. Anybody who has the ability to piece stuff up, they're going to try their best to get you up out of here. Anybody who got the ability to think on their own and try to connect things, or maybe this, they don't want you doing that. They don't want you doing that.
News and the stabbing were connected.
Oh, I don't doubt that they're connected.
That's what I was saying to Joe.
I'm just saying, I don't think there's a mission to silence the evidence. I think he's like, oh shit, this might be an opportunity to make something.
I'm with you, but some people were saying it in reverse as the conspiracy, as they knew this was coming, and this is why the stabbing occurred. Like,
and that's what I thought you were saying.
That's what the conspiracy was.
You see that?
Whoever.
Okay.
Maybe whoever knew that.
You see how they keep saying whoever. Oh, the powers that be. They can't mention certain names. That this whole joint, these people got billions. They will buy out anything and shut your whole joint down.
this was about to come out,
they wouldn't take him out.
Take him out before this comes out.
That's what I thought you were saying. That's what I was
exactly like you were saying.
Wild conspiracy
That's a
shit.
great theory. I was just giving
I
the
don't
first thing
roll
popped
with
in my
that.
head, but that's a great theory
I'm
too.
with you the other way,
It's
though.
a crazy theory, though.
That is crazy to me.
No,
The
but
powers
but-
that be are not
that's
that
nice.
invested in Tory Lanez.
No, but it could be. No, they are.
No,
They are.
Who's they?
To me, I think the system is. I think that. Listen, I think.
You see how she try to fish it out of him? They can't say the name, yo. They cannot say the name. Trust me, they can't say the name.
I think there's a clear-cut attack on hip-hop and black men in hip-hop. Anytime you're a cool nigga, is attack on you. It's obvious. Like, Tory Lanez in jail for 10 years for somebody got shot the floor and a woman, don't get me wrong, all wrong, but 10 years, my nigga?
And let me add on to what Ray is saying, even though I just jumped in and
Part of that-
crucified
go ahead.
online for what
I'm gonna take part of that.
I agree with Mark. I don't think the powers that be are so invested in Tory. I just think at the time of this whole kerfuffle, there was a lot more money to be made on the Meg side, and anybody that can stop that money, well, yeah, now a lot is at stake. I don't think Tory was that important. I think Tory being the cog that could maybe stop that other money train is why it was important.
And that's why I think why he's important. It's people who like, we need that nigga staying right where he at.
I mean, I just think they did it, though. They got him. They got him.
I don't think they need to send prison stabbings to keep him in prison. He's staying
Well,
in
the
prison.
story that's floating around now is that
He disrespected.
First of all, we in the information age, so I know more than I want to know. I didn't want to know the charges of the dude that stabbed Torey. I never asked for that.
Right.
I never asked for that. So thank y'all for telling me that he took a shotgun and I won't even say it. And he was a
Can't even
pedophile.
say it. You can't even say it. Look up that guy who stabbed Tory Lanez. Look up his charges. And people are sending him money just because he did that to Tory Lanez. Now, these are people of Tory Lanez Nation. This goes to show you the deep hatred we have for one another. You mean to tell me you love Megan Thee Stallion more than you love that baby that's sitting in his mother's car seat that just got unalived by these little teenagers out here? Now this happens. These strays is always hitting these kids out here. You mean to tell me you got more love for Megan Thee Stallion's foot than our children out here getting unalived? And look what the dude did. That was a child he did that to. You sending money to him? We got to check ourselves. We got some. Other nations of people will not donate their money to us. They not doing that. I hope y'all get what I'm putting down, because we still suffering from what we've been through. We still suffering from what we've been through, if you know what I'm talking about. We still suffering from that mentally. Some of us have mental disorders. Like yo, that don't make no sense. That's crazy.
Awesome, but apparently the word from that side is that Tory got disrespectful on a
with
visit.
his wife, on a visit.
With his wife, and that's how it came about. I'm not in there. I don't know what to believe. It's a lot of rumors. I don't know. I just pray that Tory is okay.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think him being in there is unfortunate. I think him leaving the radio station freestyle to go to Kylie house because it sounded like a good time. Again, discipline. Discipline. They're gonna get most of you niggas through your fucking penis, and the devil is gonna call with something.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk. You heard what he said? Discipline. How do you avoid the manufactured mindset? Discipline. Discipline. What could lead to discipline? Working on yourself. Working on yourself. You see how God allows the devil to do what he want to do. He doing what he want to do. But it's up to you to be tricked by the devil. It's up to you. The devil is going to get you off your non-discipline. That's how he's getting you. That's the way that Satan is getting you. Off of your inability to be disciplined. That's how he gets you. That's why God said, I'm the only way. I'm the only way out. God is the only way out. Praying, fasting, abstaining from these evil lasciviousness, staying away from it. Discipline. Discipline. I'm telling you, if you get your studying on, if you get your studying on, and you start to understand, you will get what I'm talking about. But some gonna get it, some not gonna get it. Some gonna go in the comment section like, you are down, and some gonna be like, oh, I get what he's saying. It's starting to all make sense now. Yeah.
Something that sounds like a blast. He gonna call with a pool party with your favorite vixens. Ooh, Joe Budden, talk that biblical stuff, man. Y'all remember when Satan got Christ onto the mount? He said, "Look, if you bow down and worship me, Satan could give you anything. Satan gives blessings too. Don't get it fucked up. Satan gives blessings too. He got access to give you anything, just so you'll turn your back on the Father. It's a test. Check how Joe cooking. We gotta rewind this right here. He cooking on this. This my type of talk right here. Check this out. Good time. Again, discipline. Discipline. They're gonna get most of you niggas through your fucking penis. And the devil is gonna call with something that sounds like a blast. He gonna call with a pool party with your favorite vixens, your favorite models, some drugs and ecstasy, all that shit that they'll later take you to court for. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Yeah. That's what I got for black men out there. Like,
Thank you. AKA the chosen. We gotta be disciplined, y'all. We gotta stop running to everybody else for seeking refuge. Oh man, could you save me? I'm not. Nah, man. Nope. God is the only way. Discipline. Go in your closet. Pray. Darkness. Discipline. And Satan know all your vices. Anything that you lust over, Satan knows. Satan know, and he'll give you an abundance of it. He gonna give you an abundance of it. Satan know how you like to do this with the that, and you like to do it. He knows all of it. Yeah, man. Hey, look, y'all heard the message from Joe Budden, man. That's this message to all black men. Discipline. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Cash signing out. I'm going, y'all.